Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So I've got this new Chief 4-inch extended reach cutoff tool, and I've had it in the shop now for a couple months, and I'm really impressed with it. So I thought I'd bring you a little review on it. Okay, and the Chief extended reach high-speed cutoff tool regularly is $129. I picked this up for $99 because I'm in the Inside Track Club, and I did this actually a couple months ago. It's on sale again though until October 2nd. To set this up and get it ready to run, you do have to provide your own 1/4-inch air inlet, and you do have to provide your own cutoff wheel. Now I just bought a pack of these Chief 4-inch cutoff wheels, all right, and it comes with an Allen wrench to be able to put your wheel on or off. And when you put that on, the blade just spins, but there's this button right here on the back side, and if you hold that button in until it presses in, then it locks your wheel. And I've got that a little tighter than I can do with my hand. Here's a cheater idea. Just put a wrench on there and extends that Allen wrench. Then it just comes off. And you can remove your wheel. And I'm just using a pack of these Chief 4-inch cutoff wheels. Current price for a pack of 5 of those is $7.99. Guard on this, you can rotate it around wherever you want it by pulling this lever down in the back and then just sliding it. And then when you get it where you want it, it clicks in. So it stays there. Pretty cool. This is pretty important. Your disc has these two basically washers, and this one has slots in it which have to line up with these two tabs. So that one just goes in there and turn it until it locks in. Then you put your wheel on. Then this one just has a sleeve that also goes in this wheel. And then when you get everything together, it lines right up. And then you put your Allen screw in. Tighten it up with the included Allen wrench. Just make sure that your wheel is actually centered on that groove. Then hold the button in to hold the wheel in place and snug it down. And what I found is these seem to tighten up as you use them. So just give it a good crank down and you shouldn't have any issues. Some of the specs on this, they rate this as a 1-horsepower tool. It spins free load at 14,000 RPM. And it uses 4.0 CFMs at 90 PSI. With a 14,000 RPM speed on it, we do have to make sure that our wheel is rated for that. And this one's rated up to 19,100 RPM. Being an air tool, you do want to oil this every time you use it, or every day that you use it. And what I do is I just go ahead and pull the trigger. I've seen that lets that oil go through, and I put about 2 or 3 drops right in the air inlet. If you don't pull the trigger, the oil just sits up here until you do, so I just go ahead and pull it the first time. Okay, so let's get ready to go cut some stuff with this. The bare minimum safety equipment, you need to have some kind of face shield to cover your eyes. You don't want any of that stuff in your eyes. An even better idea is to wear a respirator if you're going to do much of this cutting. You don't want to breathe in any of these metal flakes and this metal dust. And then finally, a good pair of gloves is good. Now it does list that this is a vibration hazard, and so they make these anti-vibration gloves, and if you're prone to having vibration issues with your hands, in other words, having your hands get numb after using a tool like this, these aren't a bad idea. They do work. But I'm not going to cut that much, so I'm just going to go ahead and wear some of the Hardy gloves, which are also on sale at Harbor Freight right now for $6.99. So I've done quite a bit of cutting with this Chief 4-inch extended reach air cutoff tool in the last couple months. And I'm going to throw some of those clips in now. Like I said, it's working real well, but I've got another job for it, and we'll go do that right now. Okay, and for me, the tool that this replaces that I've had for years is this tool. And they use the same cutoff wheels, and they do basically the same thing, but it's a whole lot easier to control this cutting wheel going this way than trying to hold this one sideways. So This one has its place, but I found this one to be much handier. Here's the McGraw compressor I'm going to run this off of, and the Chief 4-inch extended cutoff tool, it used at 90 PSI, it used 4 cubic feet per minute. And this air compressor is rated at 4 cubic feet per minute at 90 PSI. So we ought to be in good shape. Let's dial this up to 90. What they say on Milton the Monster, oops, too much. Okay, so there's 90. Let's go out and cut. Here's my skid steer, and I made a homemade Lexan door so that when I operate this hydraulic cutter, nothing comes back and impales me. But what I didn't figure out was to open this door if the loader is up. You can't open the door because the loader's in the way. So I decided that what I would do is I could just lift the door up off the hinges. But that put this piece where I had to cut it out. And I used my plasma cutter and cut some off that, but I didn't get quite enough. So I need to cut this back closer to the cab for at least about half this, because as you open the door out, obviously, I mean, it comes out some, so it's not in the way the whole way, but it's in the way for several inches. So I'll go ahead and cut that off. The reason I don't fire up the plasma and cut it the rest of the way off for a cutting torch, there's electronics right behind this piece of steel. And when I cut this off with the plasma cutter and when I welded it, smoke came out of here, and I just do not heat that up anymore. So with that cutoff wheel, I think I can run right down through there and keep it cooler than with either of the other options. All right, with my safety equipment in place, let's make this cut. And I forgot one piece of safety equipment. For me, it's pretty important anymore, but you want hearing protection too. This tool is loud. And I'm just using my Apple AirPod 2s. They have noise cancellation. It works really well. So there's where I got to with one tank, waiting for that to warm up or build up. And the nice thing is there's no heat in that at all. Actually, there was a little heat in it, but it's not bad. It's not going to melt these wires. All right, and if you look, I've got probably maybe 1.5 inches left to go, and that's probably a 12-inch to 14-inch cut, and this material is at least 1/4 inch thick, so I think it's doing pretty good. If you look at the wheel, it really isn't worn out much. You're not going to get a lot more cutting. One thing I did notice with the exhaust coming out the back, that's probably good, but you know, you oil this every day, and then the compressor, you know, it produces moisture as it compresses and then lets that air pressure out. And it's kind of making a mess at the end of this tool. Another thing is with this switch, you have to push this release, this safety forward, and then push it down. And you can see, I just saw some moisture come out the end of that. Now my compressor, when I drain it, it never really has hardly any water come out of it. So I think that's just from being compressed, but it might do me good to put a dryer on this. And while doing this cut, I've stopped probably 4 times at this point to let the compressor recharge, which has worked out good anyway, because I've been trying to change the angles and stuff on for this camera. Hope you like it. Okay, so our cut long ways is finished. Just gotta clean up these ends. I think now it's time for a hammer. There we go. Hopefully you saw that. Tell you what, these Icon hammers, pretty darn nice. There's the cut, and there's the piece. Not bad. Let's see if the door works. All right, so with that gone, if those arms are up, it will at least open to this point here, which will let this door clear all the way down. And I should be able to lift it off there. So let's try it out. I can't get out with them like that, but let's see. Aha. So it may not be super fast, but I guarantee if this thing was going in the water or on fire, I just throw this, kind of like the airplanes say, you know, take the door and throw it out. Don't pull back inside. So here's our McGraw compressor. And even though I saw a lot of moisture coming out the exhaust on that tool, I mean, there's just the slightest amount of moisture here. So I guess if I put a dryer on, I'd have to do it at the tool end. Put in the comments if you know how that would work best, because honestly, I'm at a loss for that. Thanks. All right, well, that's our review of the Chief 4-inch extended reach cutoff tool. And I'll tell you what, I like it. I like it a lot. For $99, I don't see how you can beat it. Now, an electric one, you wouldn't have to wait on the air compressor, but that took me about probably 15 minutes to cut it off, with including the time that it took to wait on the air compressor to build back up, I think 4 different times. And then also to move the camera around and stuff. But, you know, like I said, that's still not bad. Beats pulling out the plasma and taking a risk of setting that machine on fire. So I think it's great. Your mileage may vary. If you got anything out of this video, give us a thumbs up. It absolutely helps our channel. And we invite you to subscribe to see more. Have a great day and be safe.